On a quiet morning, while the world slowly wakes, an entire civilization is already busy at work. Tiny wings buzz in the air, hidden armies march across the soil, and hunters move silently among leaves and flowers. These creatures may be small sometimes, almost invisible, but together they rule our planet. Welcome to the secret world of insects. Insects are the most successful animals on Earth. Scientists have discovered more than 1 million species, and millions more may still be waiting to be found. For every single human being on the planet, there are roughly 200 million insects. They live almost everywhere deep inside tropical forests, across scorching deserts, on icy mountain peaks, and even in our homes. There, success comes from one powerful ability: adaptation. Over hundreds of millions of years, insects have evolved into some of the most resilient and fascinating survivors in nature. Beneath our feet lies one of the most organized societies on Earth, the ant colony. At first glance, ants seem simple, but their communities are incredibly complex. Some colonies contain millions of individuals, each performing a specific role that helps the colony survive. Worker ants search tirelessly for food, soldier ants defend the nest from threats, and nurse ants carefully care for the young. At the center of this busy underground world lives the queen. A single queen, and can live for decades and produce thousands of eggs during her lifetime. Alone, an ant is tiny and vulnerable. But together they act like a powerful superorganism, building tunnels, farming fungi, and transporting food many times their own weight. There, teamwork creates thriving empires hidden beneath the soil. Another wonder of the insect world is transformation. Few natural events are as magical as the life cycle of a butterfly. It begins as a tiny egg attached to a leaf. Soon a caterpillar emerges, spending most of its time eating and growing. As it grows larger, it sheds its skin several times, preparing for the next stage of life. Eventually, the caterpillar forms a protective casing called a chrysalis. Inside this shell, something extraordinary happens. The caterpillar's body breaks down and reorganizes itself, forming wings, antennae, and the delicate body of a butterfly. After days or weeks, the chrysalis opens and a butterfly emerges, unfolding colorful wings that allow it to take flight. This dramatic transformation shows the incredible power of nature to reshape life. Hello again, insect enthusiasts, and welcome back to our journey into the incredible world of bugs. We've already explored some amazing creatures, but trust me, we've only scratched the surface. The insect kingdom is a universe of its own, filled with secrets, strategies, and stories that are almost too wild to believe. Today, we're diving even deeper, uncovering the hidden lives of 3 more fascinating species. We'll decode the secret language of bees, witness the breathtaking skill of an aerial predator, and marvel at the ultimate masters of disguise. So, get comfortable, because you're about to see just how complex and awe-inspiring the lives of these tiny titans can be. First up, let's buzz over to one of the most organized and brilliant societies on the planet, the honeybee colony. We know they make delicious honey and are vital pollinators, but how do they coordinate their efforts so perfectly? Imagine you're a forager bee who's just found a jackpotter meadow bursting with nectar-rich flowers. How do you tell your thousands of sisters exactly where it is, how far away it is, and how good it is, all without a map or a GPS? The answer is one of the most extraordinary forms of communication in the animal kingdom, the waggle dance. When a successful forager returns to the hive, she doesn't just drop off her nectar and fly away. She climbs onto the vertical surface of the honeycomb and begins a carefully choreographed performance. This isn't just a happy jiggle. It's a precise set of instructions. The dance consists of two main parts: a straight run where she waggles her abdomen vigorously, followed by a semicircular turn to return to her starting point. She then repeats the straight run and makes a semicircle in the other direction, creating a figure-8 pattern. Every single element of this dance is packed with information. The direction of the straight waggle run tells her hive mates the direction of the food source. How? By relating it to the position of the sun. Even inside the dark hive, bees have an internal sense of where the sun is. If she dances straight up the honeycomb, it means fly directly towards the sun. If she dances straight down, it means fly directly away from the sun. If she dances at an angle, say 30 degrees to the left of vertical, it tells the other bees to fly 30 degrees to the left of the sun's current position. It's an incredible act of symbolic communication. But what about distance? The waggle dance encodes that, too. The duration of the waggle run, how long she waggles her abdomen, corresponds directly to how far away the food is. A short waggle of just a second might mean the flowers are a few hundred meters away. A longer waggle run, lasting several seconds, could signal a food source that's kilometers away. The other bees gather around her, feeling her vibrations and reading the dance through touch and sound. And it gets even more detailed. The intensity of her waggles and the buzzing sounds she makes can indicate the quality of the food source. A more enthusiastic, vigorous dance means she's found a 5-star restaurant, a really rich patch of flowers worth visiting. A less energetic dance might signal a less rewarding find. So, in one short performance, a single bee can transmit direction, distance, and quality. This allows the colony to efficiently allocate its workforce, sending hundreds of foragers to the most profitable locations with pinpoint accuracy. The waggle dance is a beautiful example of how a collective intelligence can achieve incredible things, a complex language of movement that keeps the entire colony thriving. From the cooperative world of bees, we now shift our focus to a solitary hunter, a creature that ruled the skies long before birds. Let's talk about the dragonfly. With their iridescent bodies and double-winged flight, they are a beautiful sight, but don't let their delicate appearance fool you. Dragonflies are among the most lethal and efficient predators on Earth. In fact, when it comes to hunting, they are practically perfect. Dragonflies are aerial ambush predators, and their success rate is astonishing. Studies have shown they can catch their prey in midair with a success rate of over 95%. To put that in perspective, a lion's hunt is successful only about 25% of the time. So, what makes dragonflies so deadly? It's a combination of incredible eyesight, phenomenal flight control, and a brain that works like a sophisticated targeting computer. First, let's look at their eyes. A dragonfly's head is almost entirely covered by two massive compound eyes, each containing up to 30,000 individual lenses, or ommatidia. This gives them a nearly 360-degree field of vision. They can see in front, to the sides, behind, and even above and below them, all at the same time. This means it's almost impossible to sneak up on a dragonfly, and it ensures that no potential meal goes unnoticed. Their eyes are also capable of detecting movement with incredible speed and precision, allowing them to track even the fastest flying insects. But seeing the prey is only half the battle. The real magic happens in their flight. Dragonflies are masters of the air. They have two sets of wings that can beat independently, the laissez-la-like-like-acquer, tournon nadim, and accelerate to speeds of up to 60 kilometers per hour in an instant. This agility is key to their hunting strategy. They don't just chase their prey. They intercept it. A dragonfly's brain is wired to calculate the trajectory of its target. It observes the prey's speed and direction, and instead of flying directly at it, it flies to a point in space where it predicts the prey will be. This is called interception, and it's a much more efficient hunting method than a simple pursuit. The dragonfly keeps the image of its prey on a specific part of its eye while adjusting its own flight path, making it appear as though the prey is stationary against the background. It's a complex, neurological feat, essentially solving differential equations in real time to plot the perfect intercept course. Once it closes in, the dragonfly uses its 6 spiny legs to form a basket-like cage to scoop the victim right out of the air. The prey, whether it's a mosquito, a fly, or even another smaller dragonfly, has almost no chance of escape. They are living, breathing fighter jets, honed by 300 million years of evolution to be the ultimate aerial assassins. Their combination of vision, flight, and predictive power makes them a true marvel of the insect world. A beautiful and deadly predator that commands the skies. Now, from a hunter that relies on being seen and feared, let's move to a creature whose survival depends entirely on not being seen at all. Prepare to be amazed or to look right past our next subject, the stick insect. These creatures are the undisputed champions of camouflage, taking the art of blending into a whole new level. Also known as walking sticks, these insects have evolved to so perfectly mimic the twigs and branches they live on that they are virtually invisible to both predators and prey. Their primary defense is a strategy called crypsis, or mimicry. Their long, slender bodies, their coloration of browns and greens, and even their texture are all designed to replicate a piece of a plant. When they stand still, they are almost impossible to distinguish from a real twig. But their disguise doesn't stop with just looking the part. They also act the part. If a stick insect senses a threat, it will often freeze completely, holding its posture for hours if necessary. Many species will also sway gently back and forth, perfectly mimicking a twig being blown by a light breeze. This subtle movement makes their camouflage even more convincing. As complete, stillness in a moving environment can sometimes give an animal away. They've learned that a little bit of motion, if it's the right kind of motion, can actually enhance their invisibility. Their behavior is tailored for a life in hiding. Stick insects are primarily nocturnal, meaning they are most active at night. During the day, when most predators like birds and lizards are hunting, they remain motionless, clinging to branches and relying on their incredible camouflage to keep them safe. They move slowly and deliberately, avoiding any sudden jerks that might break their cover and attract unwanted attention. Even their life cycle is designed around stealth. The eggs of many stick insect species look just like seeds. When the female lays her eggs, she often just drops them to the forest floor, where they mix in with the leaf litter and other plant debris, hidden from egg-eating predators. Some species even have a special relationship with ants. Their eggs have a small, fatty nub called a capitulum, which ants find delicious. The ants will carry the eggs back to their nest, eat the capitulum without harming the egg, and then discard the egg in their waste chambers underground. This provides the egg with a safe, protected place to develop, far away from any danger. Stick insects are a testament to the power of evolution to find ingenious solutions to the problem of survival. They don't need speed, venom, or armor. Their superpower is their ability to disappear in plain sight, a living puzzle that challenges the eyes of every creature in the forest. They are a quiet, gentle reminder that sometimes the best way to win the game of life is to simply not be seen playing. From the complex language of the bees' waggle dance, to the lethal precision of the dragonfly and the masterful disguise of the stick insect, we've seen just how diverse and brilliant the insect world truly is. Each one has its own unique strategy for survival, its own way of navigating the world, and its own secrets to tell. These tiny creatures live lives full of drama, intelligence, and wonder, happening all around us, often just out of sight. The more we learn, the more we realize that there is no such thing as a simple insect. They are all complex beings, products of hundreds of millions of years of evolution, each perfectly adapted to its own niche. They build societies, they hunt with incredible skill. They perform magic tricks of camouflage, and they underpin the health of our entire planet. So the next time you see a bee on a flower, a dragonfly darting over a pond, or even if you don't see a stick insect on a branch, take a moment to appreciate the incredible story behind it. There is a whole universe waiting to be discovered right in our own backyards. The world of insects is endless, and we've still only just begun to explore it. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into the insect kingdom. If you enjoyed this journey and want to uncover more of nature's hidden wonders, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Let us know in the comments which insect you find the most fascinating. We'll see you in the next adventure.